it's carrying on, I really don't know. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys for a quick minute, because so much has transpired since the last time I was able to talk to you guys. And I'm honestly like really overwhelmed. And so I just found out that last Friday my cousin Bob passed away. And he had a massive heart attack. And while I'm certainly grateful that my aunt talked to me, and I'm grateful that my brother was among. Hold on. While I'm grateful that my brother was among the first to tell me, it doesn't take away from the fact that his youngest daughter is going to be traumatized for the rest of her life. It doesn't take away the fact that my cousin Bob is gone forever. It doesn't take away it doesn't take away that I was not there to run to his aid, or, just like the case with my aunt that died from brain cancer. I wasn't there to help treat her naturally. And so as a result, my cousin passed away from a massive heart attack. And, I really feel so shitty because his youngest daughter was the one that found him there on the couch dead. And it was crazy because they were just watching a movie and he fell asleep. And I guess during the final minutes of the movie or whatever, that's when he had the heart attack. And he was unsustainable. The ambulance, I guess, picked him up or whatever, and he was gone. He was completely gone. There was no resuscitating him or anything. Just put it there. And it's a bit traumatizing for me as well, because my cousin Bob was the one who, as a kid, I used to run to him for just about everything. I used to, look to him for counsel, him and I were both people of faith. We're both family. And, it's incredibly difficult. And, I know that on my past vlogs or whatever, it seemed like nothing was disturbing me, but there's been so much, you guys. So much that I haven't been able to get on camera like I would have liked to and talk to you guys about it. And my cousin Bob basically had a massive heart attack and died in front of his youngest daughter. And it's a bit frustrating because everybody's calling my oldest sister and they're not properly communicating with me. And I know that it's overwhelming. I understand that, planning a funeral is traumatizing. I get all of that. But part of me is just I'm mad at myself right now because if I had stayed in California, I would have been able to do more. I would have been able to save his life. But again, I was not there. I was in Las Vegas. I am in Las Vegas. And on top of all of that, on top of my cousin passing away, my sister had invited me to go to my dad's wife's birthday celebration at her house. I was led to believe that we were gonna go out or do something, for her birthday. And at the end of everything, we ended up staying at my sister's house. They cooked food there. My sister's husband was inviting his own family, which I really don't think that was appropriate or okay. And at one point, they were complaining insistently that we went on a walk. And as a result of that, my sister's 7-year-old son was chasing my 4-year-old son with her dog, scaring my son because the little boy who's 7 knows very good, well and straight that my son has really bad anxiety of dogs. And so he ran around. I was putting stuff in my car, so it was a challenge to get around. And, at one point, my sister's son, RJ, thank God my daughters got the dog away from him. But I don't know if he was demonically possessed or what was going on, because this portion of his eye was black all the way. I do not know a single human being whose eye will cover up the white part of their eyeball. The only time I have ever seen that occur is when somebody is possessed by some kind of demon. And typically for that to happen, it has to be a pretty strong demon. Anyways, so the little boy pushed my son from the middle of his back and caused my son to hit this side of his head and bust his entire up here. All that up here is purple. I will post pictures of what happened to my son, but it will only be sent to those of whom I'm close to. But to sum everything up, my mom, my sister, the husband, they're all talking a bunch of shit behind my back now. And if it's one thing I got to say, my sister's husband is so lucky that I got some sister-in-laws who are right in the head, who are healthy. Because if it hadn't been for my sister-in-law, I would have been over there beating the life out of this guy. And I gotta be true to myself, and I gotta be true to y'all. We are family, so it is what it is. And so I had initially planned to go beat the fucking mess out of this guy because he stood on the sidewalk. He actually stood on the sidewalk as his son was hurting my 4-year-old son. At 7 years old, you know better. And the dad, which is my sister's husband, just happily stood there watching everything. I'm pregnant right now. I'm 5 months pregnant, so there's no way I could have ran like a freaking running fast dog. I could not have been over there in that second. I was clear across the other side of the car. So when I heard everything, I heard how hard my son hit his head on the sidewalk, which is what caused all of this to be damaged. As a result of that, we now have to schedule an emergency dentist appointment. More than likely, they are going to want to remove his teeth. And if that happens, I will press charges against my sister's husband. And I will sue him because my son is a good boy. My son doesn't go starting problems with nobody. And he sure as hell didn't deserve this at all. And the most pathetic thing is that it came from my biological sister and her disgraceful husband and their son. I'm not okay with it. And I'm gonna get a lawyer as well. Y'all messed up and you need to own what you fucking did. So, I hope you guys are content knowing that I'm getting a lawyer. Most likely I will end up pressing charges if my son ends up losing his teeth. And we'll see from there what happens. But that's why, you guys, I haven't been able to get up here and record like I usually do. I'm super overwhelmed, dealing with my cousin's death, trying to heal my son. I've literally been so fucking angry to the point that I'm actually physically sick now. My ulcers are swollen, my stomach hurts, and my anxiety is just out of this world right now. And then what doesn't help at all is that my husband decided to take a business trip. And, he's been gone for about like 3 days already. And so, him being away just gave me an even more bigger amount of anxiety, and, really in the first place, I understand to some extent, it's good for the family that he went on this trip because he's going to get a pay raise, which will make it to where we won't have to be living where we're at much longer in this apartment. We'll be able to go, at least rent a house, right? And our kids will be okay. But all this insanity began to happen when my husband left on Sunday. My cousin passed away at exactly 12 o'clock in the morning of a massive heart attack. And then, this thing that I went to for my dad and his wife. And then coming back home, my sister and her husband decided to let their son assault my 4-year-old son. And, now we have this legal turmoil. My health is being impacted really greatly right now because I'm not okay with what my sister and her husband did to my son. I have literally been so angry, so fucking angry, to the point where I really wanted to go and hurt her husband really fucking badly. And I was able to go to my husband's job here, even though he wasn't here. That him and everybody else were in Reno. I got to talk to my sister-in-laws, and they basically said focus on healing your son, and never mind them. Fuck them. If they're gonna be treating you guys that way, they ain't worth shit, basically. And I told her I still want to fuck him up because he caused my son so much agony, and he was just standing on the fucking sidewalk. I want him to feel what my son is feeling. And so, she's like, well, it's not worth it going to jail for a person who doesn't give a fuck. And when I kind of thought about it in that context, I was like, I got 4 babies, plus I'm pregnant, so is jail really a place that I want to be? No. But do I feel the rage from what happened to my baby? Oh, I fucking do. My rage has not gone away. My rage is the same. And if anything, my rage is even worse now than it was before because my sister and her husband called my mom talking shit. And my mom got sentimental because my older sister, her husband, and my brother are like her golden kids, even though my sister's husband is not really related to our family. But my mom has always called my older brother and my oldest sister the golden kids of the family. She's gone above and beyond for both Jenny and Eric. But for me, they don't give a fuck. They if I were homeless, they wouldn't give a shit. So, that just goes to speak levels about them. And honestly, I to some extent, I still want to fuck them up, but I'm not gonna do it. Not because I'm not capable and I don't want to, because I got my kids. And I'm not gonna traumatize them by having them watch me get arrested and put in cuffs. So I'm gonna try to find some music that's peaceful, try to eat, and pray and meditate, and hopefully God will give me the answers because I am so overwhelmed right now. I'm extremely overwhelmed. On top of dealing with my cousin's death, on top of, trying to heal my baby because of something that my sister and her fucking husband allowed. On top of all that, I have to get ready to have my new baby in March. And I don't even have half of the stuff that I need. Like, I almost told my sister-in-law yesterday. I almost told her. I almost told her that I need a baby shower because there's no way that I can get everything that I need by March. I haven't been able to work because I'm sick. My morning sickness, I've been struggling to eat. Like, if you see me, you'll say, "What the fuck, you're pregnant?" And I don't even know if my newborn baby's okay because I've been so fucking bad. I've been so fucking pissed off. I've been so angry at my sister and her husband. And now she's dragging my mom into it. I've been so fucking angry. And I don't even know if the baby's okay. Because I noticed ever since I started feeling this way, I noticed that since I started being this angry, the baby completely has stopped moving. So I don't even know if my new baby's okay. And I've been trying to relax. But, having my husband in Reno, not feeling like I have any fucking support from anywhere. I could feel the hatred from my dad and my sister and her husband. So why the fuck would they invite us if that's the way it was gonna be? But I don't even give a fuck if they hate me. But they don't gotta be being like that to these kids. The kids have nothing to fucking do with their bullshit. I don't give a fuck if they hate me, but they need to stop treating my kids that way. I already got adapted and used to their hatred, so to me it's like nothing. You know what I mean? I don't fucking care. But to see what they put my son through, to see the extent of his injuries, to know that he was having a minor concussion, and yes, I know because he was in and out of consciousness. And then just to know that I don't have any support from anywhere. My fucking dad, my siblings, everybody. I don't have support from any fucking where. And then, to hear that or to be going through with my husband in Reno for work, it's like a fucking living nightmare. I don't even fucking know. And I gotta get ready for the new baby. I think at the very least, if you guys could please pray that the baby, while the baby still remains inside of my stomach, just pray that the baby is okay. Because I do go to a doctor's appointment on Thursday. And just pray that my son Ezekiel heals, please. And as for the support, I don't have any emotional or financial support from anybody. So basically I'm alone. You know what I mean? And I just need the help, all the help that I can get. I mean, even if it's just buying a freaking diaper bag, that will make the biggest difference to me, because I don't like going to the hospital to have my babies unprepared. Like, any nurse that has ever delivered me in the past can tell you, I have a diaper bag for the baby fully with clothes, socks, diapers, everything, the food. And, I have my own luggage. So, I do like to go prepared. I have a car seat here, but it's old and it's from several years, like 4 years ago. So I don't know if it's expired or not. And I want to get this baby his own or her own thing, so that this way they don't feel that resentment. You know what I mean? And I have a stroller, so I'm not really worried about the stroller. I just got to make sure that the car seat goes up to 35 pounds, because every time I have a baby, I don't know what it is, but they are chubby babies. So my babies always go from like 8 pounds, and then I come home and suddenly they're like 35-pound babies. So please, if you are interested in supporting me or helping me and my husband, please reach out. You can message me on here, or you can go on my Instagram, whatever, and just let me know. I love you, Bear Clan, and God, my life is upside down right now, but please pray for my son Ezekiel, and please pray for the little baby inside of me, that this baby basically comes out healthy. And I promise you guys, I will update you once I go to the doctor. I love you all. Thank you.